Hey guys, it's week 2 of NaNoWriMo. Woo! I say week 2, but it's only day 5. Hope you guys are doing great. If you didn't watch my last video, I am currently at 41,000 words for Kingdoms of Blood. Only about 10,000 words for NaNoWriMo. So I'm feeling pretty good. Today's November 5th, so I'm hoping to get some good words done today. I am still ahead of the curve, so I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm at. I basically have this giant list of story that I'm trying to get through. So in terms of the actual story, I'm only like 1 page out of 4 done. So if we take that and times my 40,000 words times 4, that's like 160,000 words. Like, I don't think that that's gonna end up being how long I make this. Today is relatively warm compared to last week. It was in the 40s and now it's 80 degrees outside. Yay, Texas weather. One thing I wanted to say is, if you're doing NaNoWriMo, you should totally share your progress. If you're writing at all, share what you're doing with people on social media. Share with others what you're working on. You never really know who you're going to inspire to write and be creative. I just got off the phone with a friend's dad, and he is writing his own book and had a bunch of questions about Scrivener for me, and I just found it very inspiring and uplifting that he would come to me for help, and that he would be inspired by what I'm doing, even though he's never read anything that I've worked on. It's just really cool to see that your creativity inspires others' creativity. That's kind of my weird little soapbox rant for the day. It was something that's super uplifting that kind of inspired me this morning. So yeah, just make sure you're letting your little creative light shine, and you never really know who you're going to affect. So anyway, I'm going to get cracking on day 5 and hopefully get some good stuff done before 4 o'clock when I have to actually do my actual work. So happy writing! Hey guys, just wanted to film a little midweek update for you. Today is the 7th, and yesterday I broke through 17,000 words. I am so close to having 50,000 words for the total project, but I'm not quite there yet. I think I have like 1,000 words to go, so I'm hoping to get there today. I'm gonna go out and get my hair done. I hope you guys are having a good day. It's really rainy in Texas and it's about to get super cold, which I love, so I'm excited for that. But anyway, have a great rest of y'all's week. I will see y'all with another update hopefully soon. Hey guys, it is now November 8th. I'm still feeling pretty good, and I've got over 17,000 words, which is still well ahead of the schedule for NaNoWriMo. But I wanted to chat about something that I think a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to writing, and that is the attitude of writing by habit versus writing through inspiration. While I have a lot of habit forming with NaNoWriMo and making sure I write an hour a day, or just sticking to a specific schedule that fits in with my other things, but just making a point to write every day, I still wait for inspiration. And oftentimes I'll even try to trigger my inspiration by listening to specific songs, or reading specific books, or even doing things like lighting a specific candle or drinking some kind of coffee beverage that I always drink while I'm inspired. And sometimes that works. Sometimes I will do all of those things, and then all of a sudden inspiration hits and it's great, and I can move on and write. And honestly, those are the days that I get great words, and I'll have like a 6,000 word writing day. But that doesn't happen all the time. And last night I had to write down a 0 because I didn't write anything yesterday. The cold reality of it was that I had planned to write. The day wasn't hard. I didn't have a bad day or anything, but as I came and sat down at my computer, my husband and I had to talk about some pretty serious stuff having to do with my student loans, and it just sucked the inspiration out of me. There wasn't anything I could do afterwards to get myself back in the mood, if you will, or even try to pick up where I left off. And I wanted to point that out, that so many people have really hard day jobs and they really want to write a book, but the inspiration is hardly there and they're tired. I would say that even though you're tired and even though I failed, try to do it anyway. Some of the writers that I have watched here on YouTube, they'll get back in the mood by reading what they wrote last time. And whether or not they liked what they wrote last time, generally it sparks the interest to get you to write the next section. There are people that they will put it off and read something that is similar to what they're writing so that they can feel the inspiration from that successful book and kind of maybe apply those feelings to their current work. Whatever it is, my suggestion, though it's really hard, do it anyway, write anyway. Even if you're just putting trash down on the paper, make it a point to write every day. And that's what I think NaNoWriMo is so special for. If you're making the point to write those, 1,600 words a day, you'll get in the habit to where if you don't make the word count, that's okay. You're still instilling that habitual writing of getting something down on the paper every day. And I think that is the most important part of NaNoWriMo. Whether you finish and you're ready to edit in December, or you want to do December Rimo, it's just good to have something that you can put down. So that's kind of the end of my rant. Hopefully today I'll have a good writing day and make up for my lack of words yesterday. I have 2 really hard days, 2 red days tomorrow, so I'm not sure that I'll actually be able to write this weekend. I'm still ahead of the curve and I'm confident that I'll stay ahead of the curve, but just try to write every day. And I'm mainly saying that to myself. Thanks for listening to my rant. I'll see you guys later. Hey guys. So today is November 11th and it's the 11th day of NaNoWriMo, and I wish I had better news to end this vlog, but the last 2 days I haven't written anything. I had my birthday on the 9th and we went to the Texas Renaissance Festival, which was super fun. If you watched my Instagram stories, you know that I was super beat after walking around and all the fun stuff that goes on at the Renaissance Festival. So by the time I got home, it was late, I was cold, I was tired, and I was ready to go to bed. And then the 10th, my husband's grandfather, my grandfather-in-law, his birthday was on the 10th, and my mother-in-law's birthday was on the 7th. So we kind of had a get-together, just celebrating all of our birthdays, and it was really fun. But again, it took the entire day to kind of get down there and talk and hang out with all of them. So by the time I got home yesterday, I was also super beat. But that just goes to show, what I was saying earlier, I think earlier in the vlog, was that NaNoWriMo is really good for one thing, and that is to establish a base to work from. So a consistent, habitual writing schedule, taking the time out to write a little bit each day, whether you hit the 1600 word mark or not, it also goes to show that if you miss a couple days, it's still okay. It's not like people work 7 days out of the week anyway. You gotta have a break every once in a while, and if you need to take a break from writing, there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you don't give up. That's my only disclaimer to taking a break from writing. And I can say that because I have my draft 3 sitting for Project Pistol over here, and I haven't touched it since June. So just make sure that when you take a break, it's a well-needed break, and then you don't give up on your art, that you don't give up on what makes you happy, whether it's writing or painting or anything. So that's a little tangent, but I'm hoping to get back into it. The reason I think I had such a hard time finding motivation to jump back into writing after my big splurge last week was because I came to a logical stopping point in the story. And I hate stopping points. I've learned this about myself, whether I'm knitting or sewing or painting. There comes a part in the project where you have to take a break, whether you're letting your layer dry on your painting and you have to wait till it dries to do the next layer, or if you come to the end of your sleeve and you have to like mark off these stitches when you're knitting before you move on to the actual sleeve part. There are logical stopping places everywhere in all projects, I feel. So I came to a logical stopping point in this story, and for the life of me, I know what happens next. I know where I'm going with the story next, but the momentum just kind of stops. My brother kind of hit the nail on the head yesterday and said that it's creative inertia. And at those stopping points, you have like no inertia, no momentum, nothing thrusting you forward. And I think a lot of writers stumble and struggle with that idea. Just the idea that you take a break and then it's just so hard to get back in. I don't know what it is that would help you guys. Like, for me, I'll probably be able to get away with reading what I wrote last and just kind of picking it up from there. But I might need another boost. I might need like to delve into the characters' backstories a little bit before I go in. And that's stuff that you would do like prep work, but it still helps to do that when you're in the middle of the story too. Anyway, I think I've ranted a little bit long enough, and I know this video is already super long, so I'm going to call it for this week. I currently have 21,000 words, and hopefully I will get another good splurge going before tomorrow. So I will check back with you guys next week, and I hope that you are having a great NaNoWriMo, whether you're hitting the word count or not. Just get that consistent writing schedule, that consistent base to work from, and you won't regret it. Inspiration is flaky, but habits are consistent. Just keep that in mind if you're having a hard time going forward with your story or project. Sometimes it helps to just push through. Other times it doesn't, but sometimes it does. So anyway, happy writing, and I'll talk to you guys next time.